know what?
Get going, bro.
We're all fucking war veterans. We're all raised.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're gonna talk shit.
Thank you for your service, bro. But that doesn't give you the right.
Pussy ass fuck.
All right, bro.
Oh, it is! Stacks of bills, dude. Hundreds.
Are you all right? Yo, I'm good.
Think a quiet day on the water is always calm. Think again. From sudden wildlife attacks to confrontations no one sees coming, the most peaceful fishing trips can turn intense in an instant. Today, we're diving into 22 encounters that prove how unpredictable the outdoors really is, each one captured on camera. Let's dive in.
You know what?
Get going, bro.
We're all fucking war veterans. We're all raised.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're gonna talk shit.
Thank you for your service, bro. But that doesn't give you the right.
Pussy ass fuck.
All right, bro. All right, whatever. I appreciate you for your service, bro, but you don't got to run through the middle of the bridge, bro.
Dude, you die, nothing happens to me.
Right, okay, bro. Keep thinking that. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's what you want to hear, bro.
Yeah, you should apologize, motherfucker.
But, bro.
More than you can possibly fathom in your wild motherfucking dream.
Me too, bro. I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the motherfucking water.
All right,
Every
bro.
day, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet in your motherfucking life.
All right,
And
bro.
don't cuss me out.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro.
On April 1st, 2025, Gage Towles set out for what should have been a normal day of fishing in Florida. But by afternoon, the quiet rhythm of the outing had been broken. While casting near a bridge, he found himself confronted by an angry stranger who accused him of unsafe boating. The man's temper flared fast, turning what might have been a simple exchange into an intimidating standoff. He insisted Gage was endangering lives and demanded apologies, pacing with clear frustration. Instead of letting the confrontation spiral, Gage stayed calm. He kept his voice level and chose to de-escalate, offering steady, measured responses, even as the man pressed closer. The tension hung heavy, two very different approaches colliding on the open water. Eventually, the aggressor turned and left, leaving Gage physically unharmed but understandably shaken. Authorities later reported that the man, identified as Brock Herr, was arrested on unrelated burglary and assault charges.
Straight at you.
He's going straight at you, Joe.
On a remote stretch of Arctic coastline, a small fishing crew spotted movement on the ice, a massive polar bear heading straight toward them. What started as a distant white speck quickly became a powerful predator closing the gap. The bear's steady advance left no doubt it had noticed the people and was curious or hungry enough to investigate. With no shelter nearby, the crew stayed aboard their small boat and kept the engine idling, ready to move. For a long moment, it looked as if the animal might climb right on deck. Then, without warning, it slowed, turned, and wandered back across the ice. Whether spooked by the engine noise or losing interest, it finally disappeared into the frozen landscape. If you like weekly content like this, please consider liking the video and subscribing. Far from Florida's bridges, another fisherman faced a different kind of danger, one that rose silently from beneath the waves. While wing-foiling near shore, he felt a sudden impact from below. In a split second, a shark had rammed him hard enough to knock him unconscious. For the people nearby, the moment was almost too fast to comprehend. One instant, he was gliding over the surface. The next, his board was empty and the water churned violently. When he finally resurfaced, gasping and dazed, the shock was visible in every movement. Later, he recalled thinking it was pure luck that their paths had crossed at that exact moment, rather than the predator actively hunting him. Yet the footage left viewers uneasy. A calm day of water sports had turned into a life-threatening encounter without warning, proof that even in shallow coastal waters, The ocean can deliver surprises no one expects.
Oh, that's money.
No way.
Yeah,
No way.
it's
No
just
way.
destroyed money.
No way.
Yep. Oh!
Oh!
Oh, it is! Stacks of bills, dude. Hundreds. Oh my God! Woo! We just found like $1,000 here, dude. Guys,
No way.
there's nothing we can really do with them. I have to send it to the government. Look at this. Stacks of hundreds. Hundreds, guys. This is the find of our lives. Oh my God. Oh, there's another stack.
No
Oh
way.
my God. Babe, more money. Holy shit, guys. It's all hundreds.
Oh my God.
Oh, we have like $20,000 here. Stacks, baby.
In Queens, New York, a couple set out for a simple day of magnet fishing, tossing a heavy magnet into the water to pull up random metal finds. They expected the usual scrap and rusted nails. Instead, the line snagged on something far heavier. After a long struggle, they hauled up a large, mud-caked safe. At first, it seemed like just another piece of junk, but curiosity pushed them to pry it open. Inside was a sight almost too wild to believe. Bundles of soaked cash stacked layer upon layer. The count climbed quickly. What started as a curious find turned into tens of thousands of dollars, eventually estimated around $80,000. Police later confirmed the money could legally remain with them, and if the bills weren't too damaged, banks might even exchange them. Yet questions lingered. Who had hidden so much money underwater? Was it linked to theft or some forgotten stash? No one ever came forward to claim it. For the couple, the mystery only added to the thrill.
Fuck! Ow, ow, ow! Don't move! No. You're gonna have to go to the hospital. It's okay, it's okay. Accidents happen. It's not a big deal. No, you're not in trouble. Accidents happen. Just gonna go. Yeah, go. Willow, do you not see what you just did? You pierced my nose with the fishing pole. I don't know yet. I can't even see. Right now I'm gonna cut the line. It's not your fault, Willow. I walked up behind you while you were casting. It's okay, guys. Don't freak out. Yeah, that just happened.
David Breenage Doyle took his kids out for a peaceful fishing trip, expecting nothing more than a quiet family afternoon. But a sudden mishap turned their day into an unexpected test of composure. While casting, one of the children accidentally hooked David's nose. The lure sank deep enough to draw blood, an accident that could easily have sparked panic. Instead of alarm, David reacted with steady reassurance. He calmly cut the line, eased the hook free, and comforted his worried kids. Another fisherman headed out for a day of magnet fishing, expecting to pull up the usual scrap metal. For most of the outing, that's exactly what he found. Then his magnet latched onto something heavier and far stranger. First came an old knife still tucked in its weathered sheath. A curious find, but nothing alarming. The next throw, however, delivered something that chilled him. Rising from the dark water was a stick with a small, human-shaped doll bound to it. The doll's face bristled with pins, and its limbs were tied with thin cords, as if arranged for some kind of ritual. A small plastic bag was fastened to the back, its contents sealed and impossible to identify. Uneasy, he packed up quickly, deciding not to open the bag. On his way back, he wandered off the path and ended up in a quiet cemetery before finally regaining his route.
The crocodile head that washed up on the beach at St. Lucia. Just come stand close to it, my darling, just so people can see the size. Put your hand on its head. Enormous crocodile, bitten in half by a shark. I would estimate it's probably about 3.5 meters.
While fishing along a quiet beach near St. Lucia, a man came across something almost impossible to process at first glance. The massive, severed head of a crocodile washed up on the sand. The size alone was startling. Judging by its scale, The reptile must have been well over 3 meters long when alive. Even stranger was the clear evidence of immense force, likely the bite of a giant shark, that had torn the creature apart. Finding a crocodile at the ocean's edge was odd enough, since these reptiles are rarely seen in open salt water. Discovering only its head, apparently the victim of a brutal underwater fight, added an eerie layer of mystery. Adventure called to Australian kayaker Andrew McGawan, and he answered with an audacious plan: to paddle solo across the Tasman Sea from Australia to New Zealand. His first attempt in late 2006 ended almost immediately when he couldn't stay warm inside the cramped cockpit. Refusing to give up, he launched again on January 11, 2007. For weeks he battled long, lonely stretches of ocean, but a month later, his kayak was found adrift just 30 nautical miles from New Zealand's Milford Sound. The vessel was partly flooded, its small camera still attached, but Andrew was gone. Authorities believe he encountered fierce conditions during the final leg of the journey. Despite an exhaustive search, no trace of him was ever recovered. The recovered footage, believed to be his last recording, only deepened the mystery. While fishing the River Trent near Burton, England, John Anderson and his son were enjoying a calm afternoon when something startling appeared. Across the water, a faint figure seemed to stand motionless on the opposite bank. It lasted only moments before vanishing, leaving no sign of a person or animal. Later, when they reviewed the photo they had taken, the outline was even clearer, a shape that resembled a young woman. Local lore adds an unsettling twist. Parts of Burton, especially near Andrassy Bridge, have long carried stories of dark rituals and unexplained deaths. Some even whisper about child sacrifices from centuries past. Whether the figure was a trick of light, a lingering echo of history, or something else entirely, it left both anglers convinced they had witnessed something they could never fully explain.
Are you all right? Yo, I'm good.
A massive chunk of ice plummeted from roughly 50 feet above, crashing down dangerously close to them. It could have ended in disaster, but somehow everyone escaped without injury. They were incredibly lucky to avoid.
A small group was fishing beneath a towering bridge when their calm afternoon turned abruptly dangerous. Without warning, a massive chunk of ice, big enough to crush a person, broke loose from the structure high above. The block plummeted roughly 50 feet, smashing into the water with explosive force just yards from where they stood. For a few frozen seconds, no one moved, shocked at how close disaster had come. Only after the spray settled did the group fully grasp what had happened. If the ice had fallen moments earlier or slightly off course, it could have been fatal. Instead, it narrowly missed them, leaving nothing but a powerful reminder of how quickly conditions can shift. Nearly a century ago, a daring deep-sea diver set a record that still feels hard to believe. Wearing an old-style iron suit meant for depths of no more than 600 feet, he was lowered far beyond that limit, down to an incredible 3,000 feet beneath the surface. The deeper he went, the greater the pressure grew, reaching levels that could have flattened metal like paper. On the ship above, the crew could only watch gauges and hope, knowing a single equipment failure could mean instant disaster. Minutes dragged by before they began the long haul back up. When the heavy suit finally broke the surface, motionless and silent, no one knew if the diver inside had survived. Then he stirred, proving he had done the impossible.
France for asylum.
You're going to France for asylum?
Yeah.
All right.
Off the coast of England, a lifeboat crew spotted a man drifting on a makeshift raft. It was a strange sight from the start. The small craft was piled high with bags, and the lone traveler wore a bicycle helmet while clutching a simple sail. When approached, he explained he was heading toward France, planning to seek asylum. He politely refused help, insisting he was fine. But worsening weather and his precarious route raised concern, and rescuers eventually convinced him to come aboard. Only after he was safe did the story take a darker turn. Authorities soon learned he was wanted for murder, turning what first seemed like an unusual sea rescue into the capture of a dangerous fugitive.
Yo, what the? What the? Bro. There's nobody in here. Yo!
After a calm day of fishing, one man made a quick stop at a public restroom near the water. The quiet evening should have ended there. Instead, the routine break turned into something far stranger. The moment he stepped inside, a sudden, piercing scream echoed through the building. It was sharp and unmistakable, cutting through the silence like an alarm. Yet when he checked every corner, no one was there. The structure itself was small, with nowhere for a person to hide. The air felt heavy, and the stillness that followed made the experience even more unsettling. Unsure what he had just heard, he left quickly, shaken by the unexplained noise. Later, when he watched the footage again, the mystery only deepened. There was no sign of anyone entering or leaving. A family was enjoying a bright day of ocean kayaking when the calm surface suddenly shifted. From the depths, a massive shark emerged, gliding directly toward one of the kayaks. For a tense moment, it felt inevitable that the predator would collide with the small craft. The water around the boat rippled and darkened as the shadow passed underneath. The kayakers stayed steady, paddling smoothly and avoiding sudden movements until the shark lost interest and drifted away. The family reached shore without a single scratch, but the encounter left them stunned. It was a vivid reminder that even the clearest, most inviting water can conceal large, unseen hunters just below the surface.
Well, I've got to say to date, that is the biggest jellyfish. That's my foot. Ted! Sorry. Ted spam. Whoa, be careful.
Along the shoreline near Morm Beach in the Falkland Islands, Wendy Jackson came across something both mesmerizing and unsettling. A jellyfish of extraordinary size washed up by the tide. Its bell stretched wider than a dinner plate, translucent and glistening in the dim light. Even though it was motionless, experts warn that a jellyfish of that size can still deliver a powerful sting long after it dies. Strong ocean currents likely carried it in from deeper waters, far from where such creatures are usually found. Standing near the giant specimen felt otherworldly, as if a piece of the deep sea had been dropped onto the sand. The discovery highlighted how vast and unpredictable marine life can be, with animals normally hidden in the ocean's depths, occasionally making dramatic, unexpected appearances along quiet beaches.
That is psycho.
That is the creepiest looking thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, he just moved.
Alright, we're not doing this to harm him, just to see if he snaps.
Oh yeah, no, he's alive.
Oh my god!
That's gonna haunt me in my
Can we keep looking to see if we can find a pair of spare underpants? That was creepy.
Exploring the muddy flats of a remote island in Pilra, a small group nearly stepped on something that looked like it belonged in a science fiction movie. At first, it seemed like a lump of wet clay, but a sudden twitch revealed it was alive. Slimy and oddly shaped, the creature barely resembled anything familiar. Its slow, deliberate movements and alien appearance made everyone instinctively recoil. No one in the group could confidently identify it. Rather than disturb the strange find, they kept a cautious distance and eventually backed away, unsettled by what they had almost stepped on. The brief encounter left a lasting question. Was it a rare deep-sea animal stranded by the tide, or something even less understood? Far offshore, a fishing crew was enjoying a calm day when a sudden flash of blue erupted from the depths. A massive blue marlin burst from the water and landed directly on their boat. The impact was powerful enough to throw gear across the deck and send everyone scrambling for balance. For a tense moment, it seemed inevitable that someone would be badly hurt. Yet, remarkably, no one suffered more than a scare. The marlin thrashed for a few frantic seconds before sliding back into the sea, leaving only splashes and stunned silence behind. What should have been a routine catch had turned into a rare and dangerous encounter, proof that even the fish themselves can turn a peaceful trip into chaos without warning. Fishing alone in a quiet river, a man noticed something drifting toward him that didn't look like debris or fish. As he paddled closer, the shape resolved into a sloth struggling to stay above water. Sloths aren't natural swimmers, and this one was clearly exhausted. Without hesitation, he reached in and hauled the animal safely onto his boat. The rescue likely saved its life. When a short clip of the strange rescue first circulated online, many viewers mistook the soaked, slow-moving creature for some unknown river animal. Only later did they learn it was a sloth that had wandered too far and lost its footing. While gazing out from a coastal window, a woman noticed something unusual in the water below and zoomed in with her camera. What came into focus looked impossible. Several men seated calmly around what seemed to be a table beneath the surface. The sight appeared too perfect to be a random pattern of reflections, yet equally too strange to be a real underwater scene. Some observers later suggested it might have been a trick of light, a reflection of furniture from inside the room bouncing off the glass. Others believed the illusion was far more complex, perhaps a natural mirage caused by shifting light and water currents.
Whoa, what the heck? What the heck was that? There's a fish. What in the heck was that, bro? What in the world? Bro, what?
Deep in the woods, an angler settled into a quiet rhythm beside a still pond. The forest around him was calm, almost too calm. Then an abrupt, thunderous splash shattered the silence. The sound was so loud and sudden, it sent ripples racing across the water and adrenaline surging through his body. Scanning the trees and shoreline, he found no fallen branches, no movement, no sign of wildlife that could explain it. The unsettling noise didn't return, but the feeling of being watched lingered. Alone and unnerved, he quickly packed his gear and left the remote spot behind.
Back in the fucking water. Swim off, you beautiful, beautiful Ah! I just got that on fucking video.
While releasing a freshly caught bass back into a swampy inlet, a fisherman expected the usual quick splash and smooth swim-off. Instead, the fish suddenly wheeled and charged straight at his hand. The unexpected lunge missed him by only inches, its sharp jaw snapping shut where his fingers had just been. Watching the footage later made the near miss even clearer. If his reflexes had been a second slower, he might have lost a finger.